quicker. Hottest on the planet, get the place lit up. Fly, got expensive taste, sight into. We ain't on the same team, cheer up. Bunch up, that make sit up. I ain't come to blend in, boy, I stand out. Money talks, you just popping off at the mouth. And from the topic in the conversation heated. Right shrimp, getting booked up in every city. Splash out with cash, had the spaz on the waiter. She messed up my order 3 times in a row. I'm good on gas, I just filled up my tank. Now let's fill up her head and let's see if she goes.
We set the roof on fire. 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 We set the roof. We set the roof. We set the roof on fire.
The Jaguars have made their pick. Adam, what can you tell us about him?
With this pick, we see a tremendous physical talent that fell out of favor with many teams based on reports that he struggled memorizing his playbook. These struggles were cited as contributing to several key mistakes in late-season losses. A 3.7 grade point average student studying humanities, the explanation for his lack of football knowledge was puzzling to many of the scouts and GMs I spoke to. Other sources have told me that if the reports of his playbook struggles are indeed true, it may be more of a reflection of his previous coaching staff than his mental work ethic. They feel that making the jump to the NFL provides a clean learning slate for him. I expect his new coaching staff to bring him along slowly, and because of that, I wouldn't expect to see him getting any immediate on-field action until he demonstrates a mastery of the playbook.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
If you try to shut us down, we'll show you just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door.
Y'all never played fair, so tell me why now should we care? Queen Bee told y'all a long time ago that we run the atmosphere. Did we build it? Yeah. Do we own it? Yeah. We even in the studios running playback. Shout out to Airman Sally, the young guard, to all the G's like us. Yeah, we go hard. See, this is how we feel to be a champion. We might fall down, but we never run. You wouldn't need it if you knew what we overcome. Do you know all the we gotta overcome? But they ain't stopping nothing. Me and my girls on top, straight stunting. And we abide by a real strict code. Hands up for X and homies over.
If you try to shut us down, we'll show you just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door.
We play our way. We're proud to be me. Do work all day.
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
Did we fly that? Can we buy that? We even run a full court, make a stack. Shout out to Maya Moore, the young guard, to all the girls like us. Yeah, we go hard. See, this is how it feel to be a champion. We might.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
That we overcome. Do you know we gotta overcome? We bow down to none. I wanna hail out all my day ones. Time really does fly when you're having fun, but the party don't stop till we staring down the sun.
You try to shut us down, we'll show you just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door. If you try to shut us down, we'll show you just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door. Kick it!
The Redskins are now on the clock. The Bengals are now on the clock. Adam, what can you tell us about the Bengals' newest player?
He's the type of offensive lineman that doesn't get mentioned often by the commentators, but when they do, it's complimentary. He's a smart, big guy who knows how to play mistake-free at the line. In fact, he won a stretch of games this season in which he didn't allow a single sack. That's an impressive feat for any college offensive lineman, and it's no wonder to see a team take him. He's going to have to adjust to the larger size and strength of NFL defensive linemen, but I think his intangibles are stronger than any lineman in this class.
This over-complex new design, I'm tripping. The time we try to walk a fragile line, whatever's left is always right. I will take back what's rightly mine. This is
The Giants are now on the clock.
what's alive. Bring it on tonight.
Adam, what can you tell us about that last pick?
Successes and failures seem to go hand in hand during a very inconsistent season for him. Leading into his pro day, scouts expressed a great deal of concern over his inability to string together consistent positive performances. Those who attended came away extremely impressed with his raw physical abilities and footwork, feeling that with time and proper coaching, he could develop into a formidable NFL lineman. This pick may not pay immediate dividends, but it's a solid investment in the future of the offensive line.
This over-complex new design, I'm tripping over all the time. We try to walk a fragile line, whatever's left is always right. I will take back what's rightly mine. This is what the Satan's fight. We're gonna set this place alight. Bring it on tonight.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
My second body cost a lot. After I bought it,
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
reading philosophy and gossip rags. Spending my bottom dollar on my toes. I'm a pacifist who's never not been pacified. I'm a piece of. It's a point of pride. I'm the super rich complaining I want more in life. Cry, baby, cry, oh, cry, baby, cry, oh. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference. I lost the weight and then I start to tumble.
The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. The Saints are now on the clock. All right, let's go to Adam Schefter, who's got more on this pick.
He was the leader of an offensive line that almost broke a record for allowing the least amount of sacks in a season. Most college quarterbacks get sacked several times every game, but he was able to keep his quarterback from going down just about 6 times the whole season. Those are incredible numbers, and you have to respect not only his ability, but also his leadership to maintain that consistency across the entire line. The quarterback has to love this pick, and we should see him injected into the starting line almost immediately.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Just a bunch of poor boys, daddy's girls, children of the cornfield.
The Giants are now on the clock.
To a dollar bill. We wear the muddy
The Jets are now on the clock.
raised. Ain't nothing about us fake. You know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money. Got them signed up, pickup trucks, whistling at them from the country. Yes, Just a bunch of John Deere junkies getting funky to some old hang. Nothing been stuck in the mud that we can't hook up to a rusty chain in the sun or in the rain. It's the kind of thing you know we're straight out of that dirty south, dirty roads. Nobody got no money, got them signed up pickup trucks whistling at them from the country. Yes sir. You know we're straight out of that long week working now. Everybody wanna party all night long. Bonfire on the back 40 in the middle of nowhere. Nobody going home tonight till we're straight out of moonlight. Straight out of moonlight.
The Redskins are now on the clock. The Ravens are now on the clock.
You know we're
The Bengals are now on the clock.
dirty roads. Nobody got no money.
All right, team is now off the clock. Adam Schefter, can you tell us about their newest player?
Through his entire college career, he took the majority of his snaps out of the shotgun formation. So for some, it was no surprise to see him struggle with taking snaps from under center during practice for the All-Star game. Matt Miller told me his first snap was a fumble, and he coughed it up again later in the day. He also struggled setting up his feet properly after taking 3-step and 5-step drop backs. It was bad enough that when he actually played in the All-Star game, every snap he took was out of the shotgun formation. It's going to take some time for him to be comfortable running a pro-style offense, but at least one coach believes he can make the transition. I think he's a work in progress. We'll see how long it takes before he's off the bench.
I wanna live like it's Mardi Gras and go dumb with my whole squad and don't need the R&R to regular life. I say au revoir. Hey, living life in the fast lane. May your pain only beat. So please come join me. One thing, good vibes only. I just stopped. I'ma fill my cup. Got fireworks. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid. Doing things I've never done. We all got one thing in common. We just wanna have fun. Hey. What you wanna do? What you wanna do? I think I'm gonna do something crazy.
The Giants are now on the clock.
Do something crazy, do something wild, be someone different, switch up that style. Yeah, come by, bring a rack, new grill and a bunch of snacks. And where we going? You don't need a map, you don't need a nap, you don't need jack. Except lots of people, some very loud speakers, cold drinks and good. Join me, one thing, good vibes only. I just stopped. I'ma fill my cup. Got fireworks. Let's blow some down. Tonight I'm going stupid. Doing things I've never done. We all got one thing in common. We just wanna have fun. Hey. What you wanna do? I think about to do it. I think about to do it. Do something crazy.
The Jets are now on the clock. The Rams are now on the clock.
Put away your inhibitions. Let the beast in you just get loose. We all young, wild, and different. We can all get lit from a little. I know you're terrified about what the future lies, but there's no compromising. It's my way or the highway. We all just slave the lust, heart building, breaking trust. Don't get wild when we come out. Like don't get loud when the come out. That's instant. Keep up with your friends thing. Tell they bougie, go wait in line with them lame. Talking real rap, tell them break your neck, go and bust a rhyme. Going down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, nobody can. We on the town. Hey, never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I'm Mike. Lose it. Lose it. I'm Mike. Lose it. Everybody got guilty pleasures. Mine just tend to catch me cases. Handcuffs, police inspections, lawyers, judges, allegations. Turn on your favorite station.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
I feel like dog, I'm about to drop the bomb. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can. We on the town. Hey,
The Redskins are now on the clock.
I never come down. Blow one down, pass it around. Hey, what with me now? We running wild. Hey, and nobody can.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
Never come down. I never come down. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. Lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it. I might lose it.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Lose it. I might lose it.
The Bears are now on the clock.
I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no. Demon fangs spitting in my cup all night long. Wheel your tongue at my throne of power. Oh, no. I never for a second thought that I was dead. Oh, no. I never for a second let you into my head. Oh no! I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you die, you were the love of my life. Whoa, no!
The Ravens are now on the clock.
I bet you thought that I would lay down and die. Whoa, no! I bet she thought that I would lose my mind. Oh no!
The Bills are now on the clock.
Did I give up tonight? Oh, no. Bleeding knees, but honey, I can still cry. Oh, yeah. I'm going crazy to get out of this. Oh, yeah. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you inside you were the love of my life. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would anytime. Whoa, no. Now can I get away from the pain with a baby? I never get away, get away. Why? Now can I get away from the pain with a baby? I never get away, get away. I'll take a bow and I'll show you how to survive. I bet you thought you were the love of my life. Whoa, no. I bet you thought that I would lay on and die.
The 49ers are now on the clock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Lord, it's in my bones, it's in my soul. You're never gonna break me down. Oh, no, I've got gold running through my veins. One shot, straight to the heart. No, I won't drop. You're never gonna slow me down. I've got the energy of a tidal wave. You don't gotta believe in me. I know who I wanna be. You don't gotta believe in me. Gotta believe in me. Gotta
The Chargers are now on the clock.
It's in my bones, it's in my soul. You're never gonna take that from me. No, I'm gonna be who I wanna be. Oh, say what you wanna say. I'll do it my way. I'm swimming in a sea of dreams all day. Nobody's gonna hold me underneath. You don't gotta believe in me. I know who I wanna be. You don't gotta believe in me. 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 For me to give all. Oh no, I will not fall down. For me to give all. I'm never coming back. You don't gotta believe in me. I know who I wanna be. You don't gotta believe in me. Gotta
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Giants are now on the clock. The Buccaneers are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock. The Panthers are now on the clock.
Your whole life's about to change, baptized in muddy water, let me hear you say. Let it rain, let it rain, let it rain, let it rain. Listen, about to get dirty in the dirty south. About to show you what it's all about. But don't worry, it's a rowdy crowd. We ain't scared, we're still throwing down. We gonna tap, light that fire. We gonna crank that country. Pass that. Nasty.
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
I'm tired of this in the kitchen. But how else am I gonna get it? 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 I put it in your bitch. I got these bitches dripping. Was young, I wanted a Bentley. I promise I'm gonna. How else am I gonna get it? I had to trap out the vacant. Swerving around in Vegas. Mama, we finally made it. All the way to racks, I'm a trap car. She a ride like a car. The bricks in the backyard. Told her how to put a white heart. I can't take her on a date. Cause I can get dinner. Put my wrist in the pot. I can make it drip. I'm tired of this in the kitchen.
The Jaguars are now on the clock.
But how else am I gonna get it? 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 I'm getting kinda tired of all this in the kitchen.
The Colts are now on the clock.
How's am I gonna get it? 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 Whip. How's am I gonna get it? How's am I gonna get it? Whip. How's am I gonna get it?
The Texans are now on the clock.
Whip, you know my is the best. I feel like I should stop and retire as a vet and probably maybe put on a new. Oh, I'm in the cruise ship. I'm tired of this in the kitchen. But how's am I gonna get it? How's am I gonna get it? How's am I gonna get it? How's am I
The Lions are now on the clock.
tired of all this in the kitchen? How's am I gonna get it? 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 Whip. How's am I gonna get it? How's am I gonna get it?
The Chiefs are now on the clock.
Whip. How's am I gonna get it? How's am I gonna get it?
Babe, show me what you like. Hey, I put my money, I can match it for ya. I'm in this in all white fit, looking like a brick and all them zippers on a jacket on ya. He got a thing for a Latin. He wanna hear a little Spanish. I told him it, practice it. I'm about to fill you with Spanish. Walk up with the click and I ain't looking like the side in this. I'm the opposite cause I'm the main event and boxing and it has the time been ticking. I've been out here playing my position, I'm about to get it. Now ain't no one about to block the hit cause someday, someone tell me I'm someone doing alright, doing alright. Somewhere, I'll find out someone is somebody that one day will be the love of my life, love of my
The Packers are now on the clock. The Raiders are now on the clock.
minute. Bet you want a girl to keep it independent and I know you gotta like a girl that's disappearing, get you caught up in the moment that
The Giants are now on the clock.
you gon' meet him later on. Both of us are so taxi leave the meter on. First time you out and
The Jets are now on the clock.
some stories to tell when you take it back home and tell them one time, Snowy always showed you what it's like. Leave you sleepy like the call the umpire. Get you out and get you rolling, get you gotta go, I got a flight up in the morning on someday, someone tell me I'm someone doing alright, doing alright. Somewhere I'll find out someone that's somebody that one day will be the love of my life, love of my life. But not tonight though. He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. Shout out to my that can get it independent and ain't looking for no love though. He trying to catch me in my feelings, but he don't know that I'm the though. He trying to stunt and give me drinks. I got the bottles in the section and I promise with the bass.
We're awake, we're alive, got the fire in our eyes. We're the kings, we're the queens, and if this is just a dream, don't wanna wake up,
The Redskins are now on the clock.
wake up. We're running free, running wild, never running out of style. Got the fight, got the stuff, got the never giving up, not gonna shake us. Nothing's gonna break us. We know we are brighter than all the stars. As long as we're together,
The Ravens are now on the clock.
You know the part of the song, everybody sings along. Well, that's us, listen up, shout it out, I'm talking all night. The end is nowhere in sight. From the streets to the tracks, here's to never looking back, 'cause the past doesn't last. Long as we're together, just keeps getting better. Just keeps getting better. We know we are brighter than all the stars. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. We make the rules, break 'em when we want to. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. Forever. Young forever. We'll stay young.
The Bengals are now on the clock.
Unwinding every moment.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
The clock is broken. Never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. Unwinding every moment. Like the clock is broken. Never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open. We know we are brighter than all the stars. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. We make the rules, break 'em when we want to. As long as we're together, we'll stay young forever. Forever. Young forever. We'll stay.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Can't stop listening to this voice in my head. Got me tearing through the colors on this rusty spring bed. Bust through the dust, flames kissing my back. That's all I remember, and then everything's black. Sounds so familiar, someplace hot in my soul. Hello, transmission. Now you're in control.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
I look down. Everybody's bathing in holy water. Ain't enough gone around. Raise their cups,
The Bills are now on the clock.
their crowns. You're sitting on a gold-stained altar. Feel the jungle you sound. I walk in a fever, taste the blood in my mouth. My eyes blue, shiny purple, and I'm riddled with doubt. It feels so peculiar.
The Rams are now on the clock.
All up in my face, you're not from the clique. Give me space, we might ride it. Most say that, baby, they don't love the clique. I thought they love you when you make it. This some mud. Yeah, this some mud. Friends and business don't mix, so I'm brotherless. Tryna get back close, hit them with the stiff. Gears I shift, make sure they feel the drift. Just caught the Benz, oh, with the tint. You should know, cause in every song I said, yeah, in every song I said, I'm just proud of my accomplishments. I'm a 400.
The Steelers are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock.
I'm real, I'm fraud. Your kids and broad ain't straight, you shouldn't care at all.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave.
Yeah, 104 times how it go down. Slaps on deck for the whole town. On mamas, man, I did it with my own sound. And I got my own city that I hold down. Just admit it already. You got plans to do it, boy, we did it already. Got a couple DMs, I done slid in already. Gotta ask YG if he hit it already. Yeah, I'm a star like Moesha's. Running up the numbers like Aisha's. Yeah, I be sliding, I be creeping. Girls these days, they just don't know how to keep it. But I got it all handled. They try to box me and I got my own angles, yeah. I'ma spend the summer getting to the cake and I'ma wishing wood on every candle. I'm like,
Please tell me why you always leave.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
Why you always leave.
The Lions are now on the clock.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
If you ain't know me, but you know now. Juicy came through with the verse for me both times. In Pot Town, that's automatic, hold down. What's that? Ask no question, just hold it down. While you hating on the progress, I'm a humble, I don't even pause what I do. I just drive the Maybach through the projects. And still brazy, I ain't even drive shit. Hate from a distance, please don't try me. Cause we'll turn it up.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
I see why they don't like me. Yelling out 400, they go too heavy. I'm with the posse back at it. Whoa. That mean come on, go on platinum. Whoa. That mean I got a Kindle in my mattress. Oh, I got the BD back bragging.
Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always leave. Please tell me why you always leave.
Why you wait?
Please tell me why you always
Hello, my name is Kamal. I am from the clouds. I'm a human now, but I used to be a raindrop, word up. I'm really good at putting words up. I make them levitate and circle with the birds. I don't need to force it, I let it occur. Whatever occurs, thank you. Feel like I was touched by an angel. Once again, a whole nother angle. I got a lot of holes in my angle. I got a lot of love and a whole lot of ignorance, and that's a good thing if you want to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate.
The Bills are now on the clock.
I get down like gravity, rap, rackety, rappers and raps, rapidly follow the rapid into the rapids, and being rapping and rattling, rattle riddles and rivets into the sky. I'm a rebel, feeling riveting, rhythmically, I am vigorous, spinning right to the rhythm, whittle the side eye. I am the killer in the grasses. I am the kid in the corner with the glasses. I am the specter, you should respect them. I don't expect the special, ain't special. I don't expect nothing. I'm just really glad I can say something. It's a blessing. Ain't no stress affecting my presence. But sometimes pressure keep pressing. Words keeps my impression impressed. That's the way to relate. I'm just trying 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 to relate.
The Eagles are now on the clock.
You better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. Okay, whoa, whoa, whoa. We've been on the road from the go. Hit my blow. You know we've been down for too long to give up. Can't go. I need all pesos, want it all. Case closed. I go balls to the wall, can't hold to the ball game over. These boys can't hold me. You boys can't hold us. I told you. Better not be the one to doubt.
The Chargers are now on the clock.
'Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours. So you better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. We gon' blow your mind. When I was back home washing them dishes, I was just wishing I could just vision. I was gon' get it. I was on missions. I was just living. Walked in that building. We was just building, taking our time. We was just yielding. We was just chilling. Away from these haters. Know they be watching like a theater. Yeah. Plotting these niggas that we need later. They gon' degrade us. It won't delay us. This is what made us. We got Omega. Probably roll. Probably just leave. I see you later. I salute Wake. Cop a new crib. Got some new neighbors. You get this big, they gon' want favors. They gon' want flavors. Probably roll. Hope the Lord save us. Wait from these haters. Hope the Lord save us. Wait from these snakes. Wait from these fakes. Wait, I need breaks. Wait, I need cake. How long can we wait? Come on, for peace sake. You better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we've been putting in the hours. We only taking what was ours.
The Falcons are now on the clock.
So you better not be the one to doubt us. 'Cause we gon' blow your mind. 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 We gon' blow your mind.
3 chains. Ow.
Caught up in my, put your head on backwards, then skate off after engaging laughter about what
Commandments, is that too graphic? Catch you in traffic, you sitting daffy like stealing candy. My ceiling's absent, my wheels are massive, my friends assassins. All of us, our mothers queens and our women dancers. My rivers rapping, my fingers splashing, my gills are flapping. I bit some matches and sip some and kiss the dragon.
I'm really rapping, no fingers snapping, I'm packing. Y'all slipping, my swag is dripping, so here's a napkin. What's really happening? Verbal attacking, I'm showing passion. Know what I mean? See, I'm the king like I'm from Akron. I'm going overboard, somebody call the captain. And when it come to getting checks, I always want the fat ones. I'm so I can sing to a chandelier. My flow a glass of spade and yours a can of candle.
Too many buttons, not enough. These fucking the SWAT is coming. Shoulder, no shoulder shrugging at your nugget. Sticky like acupuncture and Magnus honey. Knock on the side door 3 times and have your money.
The Buccaneers are now on the clock.
I'm having lunch with Italian Sonny, don't ask the subject. Lord, why you took rabbit from me? He say don't ask me nothing. Too many bodies, too many bundles, not enough. These bugging, I heard they stun you. It's gonna be trouble. We come through and catch you while you cuddle. Barrels like tunnels, don't even mumble.
I'm back to ballin', I'm in the back full of only. Pull on the scene and the queen playing Pastor Troy. Ready turkey, spaghetti, and castor oil. That's turn your guillotine to a fashion show. In 4 minutes, I turn this into forensics in a foreign car with a foreign this long-winded paper.
The Redskins are now on the clock.
Don't get it, on the phone up on Say Tony, want a song with me. Hotter than Mississippi, the summer of the 1950s. In a van.
The Panthers are now on the clock.
Get pulled over for swerving like hi, officer. When he asked me why I was swerving, I'm swerve, officer.
I can make it bounce by myself. 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 Oh, I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself.
Got a mansion, a condo, a cabin, I sleep in my phantom. Dancing with the stars to the Star-Spangled Banner. I change your channel, I change your pattern. I ring your Saturn, I you madam. She get and I shake the ladder. I make her and gather and calculate the data. I listen up for the snakes or the baby rattle. I play the shadows, don't play no games. I straight get at them. I'm on a all day, like it's my favorite album.
I play the salmon, the Cayman Islands dancer. If I don't get the car first, I have a temper tantrum. I innovative, I demonstrated this. Played it. I don't care if you owe me it. You need to pay me. I kiss your lady, then kiss the baby. Get situated, get keys off table and leave her. I really made it, get it made. Won't wrestle, cause I spatula all you action figures.
Tiny like a spider on a spud web. I got some on my thumbnail. I feed it to my girls. They say, yeah.
I'm doing this for the L. When I go, I'm a
The Dolphins are now on the clock.
I want a Ferrari in yellow, just so I can match all my yellow. I've been a player since elementary. I got my bars in the penitentiary. I got to hang several inches.
I can make it bounce by myself. 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 Oh, I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself. I can make it bounce by myself.
It seems the competition is riding on their tail. It seems that they were hoping she would fail. The time has come to raise all colors to the sun. She will prove herself worthy. She will be the one.
The Titans are now on the clock. The Colts are now on the clock. The Texans are now on the clock. The Broncos are now on the clock. Saints are now on the clock. The Packers are now on the clock.
Don't you ever get tired and feel like giving up? Don't you ever feel like you've had enough? Don't you ever get tired of
The Raiders are now on the clock.
Don't you ever get tired and feel like giving up?
The Giants are now on the clock.
It seems that others thought they could take their sweet time, sipping in the sun, enjoying the sunshine. She can't wait to unleash all her rage with an electric guitar and blow him off the stage. We will be victorious. Ain't won't get the better of us. Some ways are mysterious, 'cause we shall be victorious.
The Jets are now on the clock. The Redskins are now on the clock.
Dummy hat. Hey, well that's exactly what it came for. You throwing shots from afar, I'ma meet you at your front door.
The Ravens are now on the clock.
Really meant for beauty. But don't I make it look easy? Don't I make it look good? Hey, now you drink up all my. Come on, what I'm supposed to do now? And you talking all that. Now come on, you gon' have to back it up. If I get too now, sugar, come on, I might never come down. I might never come down. Never come down. Let me get down. Come on, you might not ever come down. No, let me get down. You might not ever come down. Wanna get down. You might never, ever come down. It took too long to get this high on the ground. Don't run, just stay away. Come on, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it, can't beat it with the big bad dough. Can't see it with this pitch black Gucci frames on. Let me take your off. Let me get the full scope. Hold up, full screen HD. Let me take another picture. Let me pull it to the pre-show. Whoa, cool beans, that's a whole lot of. Let me help you with the pre-roll. You drink up all my. Come on, what I'm supposed to do now? And you talking all that. Now come on, you gon' have to back it up. If I get too now, sugar, come on, I might never come down. I might never come down. Not ever come down. No, let me get down. And you might not ever come down. Wanna get down. And you
The Bengals are now on the clock. The Eagles are now on the clock.
never, ever come
Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that, killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist. Let me take it about the young man. Matter of fact, I'ma let Push tell that. Take it by the old man. Had to change her heart and then fell back. Old man lived a long life. Walked around with a long boy like Jesus, that Colombiana. That's mere models like. Look at the flick of that wrist. I'm feeling like Leonardo. Let me paint the picture. I might need a bottle. On the road to success, I can fit a throttle. That Michelangelo, hundreds in the envelope.
The Seahawks are now on the clock.
Had to change her heart. Wish I knew it back from the start. Like, looked around, seen his wife on the military all over the whole compound. Soon as he seen it, I swear it, I mean it, my man was gone quicker than Domino's. He in jail, everyone falling like dominoes. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist.
The Broncos are now on the clock.
Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing
The Cowboys are now on the clock.
not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that
Simple
wrist.
logic, clockwise, counterclockwise, realest in the top 5. Other 4 ain't rapping. I'm just repping for the side. Yeah, that's coastlines, Panama.
The Rams are now on the clock.
Worth billions, and we ain't even need showtime. Just money counters and kitchenware, condo with a in there. We got rich in there. Been a trophy, since Hawaiian Sophie. Curry over Kobe, we shootin'.
The Steelers are now on the clock.
Add in soda, good fellas to my Aurelio's. Shades of blue, I bet you. Let the sky fall, let it rain on you.
Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing it. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been now they with this. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that, flicking that wrist. Yeah, I've been killing that. Yeah, I've been hard in the paint, not a single assist. Yeah, I've been flicking that wrist, flicking that wrist.
Don't make me beg, don't make me wait. I need a hold in the darkness of the night. And when I stray, show me my place. You are my shelter, baby, let me feel your light.
The Patriots are now on the clock. The Jaguars are now on the clock. The Lions are now on the clock.
Like a burning ship that sets the sails to you. Fingertips, bless my lips. Make me sing that holy song the way you do. Holy Ghost inside,
The Bears are now on the clock. The Browns are now on the clock. The Bills are now on the clock.
Can I get a witness in the darkness? 'Cause there ain't no love at all to be found. Feeling like a freight train, trying to break chains. Everybody needs somebody, no doubt. Sugar, just step into your sneakers and step behind the speakers. Your heart will keep me beating and make me a believer. Don't you want me? Don't you want me? I need some mercy on my soul right now. Give me what you got, oh, oh, oh. Give me what you got, oh, oh, oh. I said,
The Eagles are now on the clock. All right, now that the pick's in, let's go to Adam. Adam, what can you tell us about this guy?
One of this draft's toughest players, here's a guy who played the majority of his final collegiate season with a broken foot. Long suffering with plantar fasciitis in the affected foot, doctors discovered several hairline fractures across the first, second, and third metatarsals during a routine therapy session. Translation? His foot was essentially shattered. Recovery took months, and he used the time wisely, studying film of just about every NFL team and preparing for interviews. No surprise that he blew scouts and even a few GMs away with his knowledge of NFL offensive schemes. This is an intelligent, hard-nosed defensive back who's going to make his fair share of big plays before his professional career is over.
The Falcons are now on the clock. The Chiefs are now on the clock.